Hey everyone, it's Elizabeth Marasco. Hope you're having a great start to your week. I'm just coming on here to share a little bit of insight for your business as we look for ways to grow and new opportunities and new ways of doing business in this modern time. Things are always changing. But today I want to talk to you about adapting to new jobs and new ways of even doing business. I had a chance earlier today. I was listening to Sirius 132, where they have Wharton Business School come on, and they do different segments with insights from different industries and people giving their expertise. But one of the things that they were talking about was a shortage of skilled trades. And in this one particular segment, they had two women that were involved in manufacturing who had shared that there's a shortage of welders and a shortage of machinists that do like CNC kind of milling for manufacturing and things like that. But it leads to mind, what are things that businesses could be doing right now to help fill in that gap, seeing that it is here and it's going to continue to grow. And this runs true for many industries with skilled trades like plumbing. There's also been a mention of a shortage of electricians. And, between skilled trades and becoming an apprentice for one of those kind of fields, there's a lot that can be learned and a lot of income. But what are some ways that we can adapt and find opportunity for our business, whether it's creating on-site job training where you're giving people expertise to build that skill set? That could be one of them. And then also, finding even other things. It may not even be a skilled trade. It could be business operations. And the way that we've handled business in the past is, changing dramatically, even in terms from like a management standpoint. So one of the things that I've been hearing more and more about are open books to share with all the different layers within a company. So there becomes more transparency of profit and a better understanding of where expenses are at. One of the first people that I had heard of doing this was actually a company out of Pennsylvania, I believe, and they did specialty chocolates. But for this particular niche, they were actually manufacturing the chocolates, and they had to go to source to get, the cocoa beans to make this great product, and, getting in tune with it being organic and this high quality. So one of the things that they had done was, because the farms were actually down in South America, but they started working with the farmers and showing them, what were the numbers and expenses that were coming in, because often we'll see companies that may have huge sales, but too often people always forget what are the expenses associated with those sales. So it creates a sense of almost like this community that starts working together because they see how all of it fits together, and it creates income and opportunity for people anywhere from general labor to, the management and even stockholders. But there's obviously some risks and concerns, and it was kind of interesting to hear how he ended up going through these motions, because there was concern, what will people think at each of the layers? Because if one started making more demands, it obviously has ramifications through all of it. So, but it did lead to, some interesting food for thought, even from like a small business standpoint. Are there things that can be done to create transparency and a sense of ownership of people coming together to make that company or organization shine? So one of the things that they did do is for this cocoa farm, and actually for another company that was a manufacturing company, I think they did auto parts, is they took a portion of the profits that were earned and then went back, and everyone at every level ended up getting different bonus checks. And switching over to like the company that was doing manufacturing, one of the things that they did is they ended up finding, as they were encouraging their employees to get training to do these new things, and the skill set was benefiting the company, and things like productivity, quality were improving. As those things were happening, it was obviously increasing, profits. So in this past year, all of the people that were skilled trades, like at a machinist kind of level and welding level, they ended up making what was equivalent to an extra month's pay in salary. And part of that stemmed back from this idea of having open book, of being completely transparent on where are the funds and where are things going. So one of the places I've seen this implemented very successfully are with non-profit event fundraisers, in which committees are brought together and all of the people are able to see, what are the sponsorships coming in, what are the expenses coming in. And it gives a better idea of, if you have a sponsorship or a sale, and let's say that it's $1,000, to eliminate the naivety that $1,000 is $1,000 profit. It's unfortunate we do have this mix-up math that we do in our head, and it's one of the reasons why we have a problem with, I believe, credit problems in this country, is people that are overspending above and beyond, because they don't realize that number that first comes in, what your paycheck or a profit for a company, that, well, not a profit, but a sale for a company, that's not the actual end number of what you end up with, because you have expenses, some that are reoccurring, some that are random, but being able to factor in all of those things. The cool thing on this open book concept is it creates a buy-in from people on every single level to find out and share different ways that the business or organization can operate that could become more cost effective, and to be able to provide a greater number for the sustainability of the company, but also to be an ultimate benefit to all of the people that are involved. So I think that we may hear more and more rollouts like this happening with this open book concept. Up until about a month ago, I had never really heard of it from a corporate standpoint. Very often with nonprofits that I work with, they're very transparent about what's coming in and what's going out, and expenses. But this was a little bit different, because it was really getting to the point of breaking down the numbers for all of the employees to see. So it was kind of interesting. So profit sharing can be a beautiful thing, and including, embracing new opportunities and new ways of doing business, and looking at things strategically. When you see this need that is continually repeated throughout the market, for instance, the lack of skilled trades, what can you do within your company that can fill that need in the market? Can you start offering these classes and doing training and getting involved, or going to schools to recruit, or to start an after-school program in which kids could come in and learn that skill set? And maybe you're doing it for free, but on the flip side, you're creating this moldable employee that's going to be able to do things the way that you want your company to be run, and teach them that skill set. So it's some food for thought. I think that we need to start looking at getting back into being more supportive of skilled trades and providing training. And I think that this is actually going to be a scenario that continues to grow with a shortage of people in those fields. So, all right. In the meantime, I hope that you get something out of this, and maybe these are some new ideas and concepts that you can apply over into your business. But whatever you do, Never be afraid of new opportunities, and be willing to seek them out and explore and, see where you can go from there. So I wish you much success and abundance and everything good in this day. If you got something out of this little video or podcast, if you could share it with other people, that would be great. You can find us over on YouTube. And to keep it really simple, you can just do hashtag Beam365, and there should be a bunch of videos that pull up. Or you can also on YouTube search for Elizabeth Marasco. It's time to beam. All right. In the meantime, make it an absolutely beautiful day. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.